call the November Academics Committee meeting. We'll start off with our roll call. Ms. Tina Babin, here. Ms. Valerie Bourgeois, here. Mr. Al Archer, here. Ms. Robin Bell, Mr. Ray Bernard, here. Dr. Dennis Diaz, here. Brenda Dardar Wickersham. All right, new business. Item A is to receive a report on the expansion of early childhood education to the Type 3 microcenters as presented by Ms. Jimmy Unclaw, Director of Federal Programs.
Superintendent Morton, Chairperson Babin, members of the Academics Committee. The expansion of early childhood education through Type 3 microcenters was presented at the August 16th Academics Committee meeting and approved by the board at the September 7th board meeting. This report is to inform the committee that a Type 3 child care center has been selected as a partner for microcenters beginning in August of 2023. The microcenter application process opened on September 22nd and closed on October 14th. There was one applicant for the microcenter initiative. Through the application process, it was determined that this center met or exceeded criteria expectations. We are pleased to announce that Little Arrows Learning Academy has been selected as the LPSD Center partner for the Microcenter Initiative.
Very good. Any board comments?
We are a Type 3 center in the Thibodeau area.
I don't know if you said it. What will be the ratio of pupils to instructors?
So in a 3-year-old Type 3 child care center class, 13 students, 2 adults, a teacher and a path, 13 children.
Okay.
Any public comment? Great.
We're excited. Fingers crossed.
All right. Next, item 3, we have directors, supervisors, and managers updates. We're going to start off with our elementary education with item 8 with Ann Hodson.
Ready. So in our department, we have a strong belief system that we develop our leaders. We build their capacity through professional development. And not only our principals, but our assistant principals and our coaches as well. So that leadership team, we gauge our professional development so they can go back and take it to their schools. In October, we spent a lot of time on the NIET rubric. We had a consultant from NEAT come in, and we did inter-rater reliability observations. Teachers at selected schools volunteered to have 5 or 6 people from the outside come in and observe their classrooms. The team of people then scored independently, and then we came back and we shared as a group. We got a lot of great feedback from principals and assistant principals as we went through the parish. They believe this is one of the best professional development experiences they've had in a long time, I guess because it was just so practical. And it makes sure that our teachers are getting, when they're evaluated, they're getting a fair shot because it's based on that rubric. And so very proud of the work our principals did. Also, my curriculum team, myself, we visited about half of our elementary schools. We've spent about a day at each of those schools. And what we've done is we've sat through their PLCs and their clusters, and we've engaged in dialogue. And sometimes we've just observed. And what we do from there is we're able to gauge where particular schools are, and we'll be able to come back, and then we base our professional development on that when we come back and deliver to our principals. So it's been a great learning experience, and it's really customized to our particular school. In ELA, we continue to roll out CKLA. I think our biggest pushback is it's just been different than what we used to, but we are seeing progress. We're trying to convince people this is based on the science of reading. You have to do it with fidelity. We do feel like we're getting more buy-in now. And I think a lot of that comes from being supported either through the curriculum team or the coaches. Social studies, the new standards will come out. There were 2 webinars held in the month of October. A little sketchy information. We just still don't know yet a lot about them. But we are in conversation about how we're going to roll those out. And I'm happy to say that the middle and high school social studies person is also going to assist us as we roll these out because she has so much knowledge of social studies. In the area of math is an area of weakness for us in compared to ELA. So the superintendent has challenged us with trying to boost math instruction. So we have devised a structure, or we've developed a flow chart of all of the resources that we use in the district and how they should be used in each school, and also giving them samples about what small group instruction could look like. We're beginning to clearly define the expectations of the district and have a written document in case anyone's confused of what we believe in. And then in science, I'm really proud of this. There's a campaign called the Knowledge Matters campaign. It's an advocacy effort that was launched by national reform leaders in 2015. In 2018, the campaign began a tour of schools with the goal of finding the good and praising it. They have recently contacted us here in Lafourche for their Knowledge Matters School Tour. They will spend 2 days in the district in the spring. We won't name the school tonight because we haven't told the principal that their school will be selected. But it should be no surprise because their science tours were some of the best in the district in the elementary. So, and then they'll publish an article based on the Lafourche and what they see in this particular school, reflective of the district, of course, and the great things that we have here. So that's all I have, but I'm excited the work that we're doing. We have a whole lot of great things going on in our district. Our teachers are working really hard, and I'm proud to be a part of this district and the work we're doing. So.
Any board comment? I would like to add that the visits, I know that the people in the classrooms really do appreciate seeing you guys in boots on the ground, in the classes, in the schools. It's always nice to see when you guys go in and visit and, just get a feel for what's going on and what needs they may have. So thank you guys for doing that. That's really, really good stuff. Any public comment? Yes, ma'am. Please state your name and your address.
Thank you, for the math portion. Because I know we struggle with it. I mean, the parents even struggle with it. So that's a big deal that y'all are working hard at that with the curriculum and the standards that are given to you from the state. So I just wanted to say.
Anybody else? Item B, we have a middle school and secondary education report from Mr. Kenny Delcom.
Good evening. Our secondary team, curriculum team is continuing to visit and walk through all of our secondary schools. Today we were at Lockport Middle School with our entire team, and we also bring in a visiting principal for those visits as well, so that our principals can experience another school and maybe, take away some positive ideas that they can bring back to their school. We're going to be at Central Lafourche on Thursday. So by the end of this week, we will only have 4 schools left to visit in between Thanksgiving and Christmas, and that will make all of our schools that we have covered. Recently, the Louisiana Workforce Commission has approved our welding apprenticeship program. So it is 100% approved, and we are now going to continue to move forward with that. Our welding instructors have been meeting with different industry partners, specifically recently with John Deere, as they have different welding processes than most of, say, our shipyards down the bayou. So our welding instructors went there to learn what those processes are, to include that in their curriculum, to have those students ready for their apprenticeship. Our next steps are to begin the application and selection process for students, with the goal of having everyone selected and ready to begin by this spring. as we move into that first summer. Mr. Martin took time out of his busy schedule for he and I to go meet with the faculties of East and West Thibodeau Middle Schools to reassure them of their concerns and their questions that they have with the big transition that they're getting ready to experience. So that both of those were well attended. A lot of good questions were asked that we were able to answer for them about what that transition is going to look like. Additionally, as it relates to the middle school, I'll be bringing to the Land and Facilities Committee meeting tomorrow a recommendation of the official name of the school, which that was probably the easiest meeting I've ever been to. Didn't really have a lot of opposition to just calling it Thibodeau Middle School. So that's, yeah, wow, it's a long meeting. So we'll bring that tomorrow to make that official. We are currently working on the logo of the school. The name of the school will be the Warriors. And I have Coach Riley, the athletic director at West Thibodeau, who's working on designs of athletic uniforms that we're trying to, mock up and get ready to start purchasing because next fall is going to be here before we know it. We're in the process of purchasing the scoreboards and doing other little things like that to help get ready. And then later this week, I will be meeting with a team to begin the process of master scheduling the school next year. Being that both of those schools are coming together and they run schedules that are different, we're going to have to put the numbers together a little bit early and have them prepared to make those decisions before we get to staffing and some of those things in the spring. So we're trying to get ahead of that a little bit. And finally, our math curriculum facilitator left us, Ms. McCorkle, who was very, very good for us. She was promoted to an assistant principal position at a high school in Terrebonne Parish. So we recently filled that position with Miss Amy Garner, who some of you may know. She was a math teacher in this parish for us. She was at Central Lafourche when I was there back in that time. She was holding that same position as high school curriculum facilitator in Jefferson Parish. So she's coming home with a lot of experience in a very large parish. So she's already hit the ground running. Her first week was this week. And that's it. Thank you.
Any more discussion? Yes, sir.
What are the colors? The colors, think pelicans. Blue from West, gold from Thibodeau, but also the red in there. So New Orleans Pelicans. You can go a lot of different ways with those uniforms.
Yeah. Also, thank you guys very much for being in the schools. It's very impressive that you guys will only have 4 left.
Those are the good days when we can get to the classroom.
Yes, I understand. Any public comment? Please state your name and address for the record.
And when Mr. Delcom first spoke about the welding program, I was very excited to hear it because not all kids fit in the same box, and they all have their unique. Some kids go weld; they're not meant for college, but they can make a very good living at welding, and this opens a very good door for them. And I just want to thank you very much.
Okay, item C, report on federal programs. Ms. Jimmy Antalon.
So the Super App application process has opened for all LEAs in the state of Louisiana. So this is a planning and budgetary alignment process for district leadership teams planning for next school year, which is 2023-2024. Crazy. So we are going to begin working on this application, and it does close on January 27th. So that's a big deal, and that's going to start soon in Lafourche after Thanksgiving break. And also, I just have to brag on our McKinney-Vento department. So, yeah, did y'all see that on Facebook? So at the September 6th board meeting, you recognized Miss Quintina Brown as the state liaison, homeless liaison of the year for the state of Louisiana. Well, so her name was put up at the national level. And lo and behold, Miss Quintina Brown was named as the National Homeless Liaison of the Year. We're proud of this amazing accomplishment and her representing LaFouche, but I'm most proud of the services provided to students and families of LaFouche. So I just had to brag on her for a second with you. And she'll be recognized at the December board meeting as the national winner. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Any board discussion?
I'd like to just make a little announcement. So this month is National Native American Heritage Month. And so I'd like to just share a little bit about the Indian Education Program that's been part of the LaFouche Parish School Board for 47 years now. So the Indian Education Program has done a tremendous amount of work with students. The objective is to teach our students academically through culturally related activities. So we hold leadership camps as well as academic camps. So if we're teaching students how to do beadwork, they're learning that. If we're teaching them about our elders' traditional medicine, they're learning some. So everything we do kind of goes back to academics. So it's a wonderful program. We have Pirate Night. We have a lot of activities that go on throughout the year with our students. One of the things that'll be coming up that we're working through the details now is the workshop that the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival sponsors for Indian education. So we are very, very fortunate and blessed that we're one of the sites for the past 20 years that Jazz Fest brings an indigenous artist to come and to perform for our children. They know that a lot of our children can't get to the New Orleans Festival, so they will work their schedule around our schedule in order to bring an indigenous artist. So they hold a workshop, a concert. It's very educational. It's indigenous music. And so we'll bring our students to that. So we're really excited that we can have them honor us that way, because there's probably just a couple of schools in the New Orleans area and us that they've done that for. And so today is also Rock Your Mocks Day, the National Rock Your Mocks Day. So if you'll notice, I'm wearing my moccasins to rock my mocks today. And so anyways, it's Indian education has always been dear to my heart. It started in 1974. I served as a student representative when it first started. I hadn't graduated yet. And then upon graduation, I served as a paraprofessional and then sort of the director of the program, kind of just worked my way up there, been there ever since, and for 31 years. And so anyways, I just wanted to share a little bit about Indian education. And like I said, it's always been a program that's been dear to my heart. And I feel like a lot of board members or a lot of the public doesn't know what the program does. And so except for those who have worked with us at the Media Center are more aware of the things that we do. And so I'm just very proud of the program and to have the support of Ms. Jimmy for all the things that the nation does for our students.
That's very
And thank you for bringing that to the board.
Yes.
For all that you have brought to the board. We really appreciate it. Any public comment? Okay. Item B, Child Welfare and Attendance Report, Mr. Barry Jones and Mr. Gregory Sewell.
Good evening, everyone. Our office has seen a significant increase in the number of students we are expelling from school. Thus far this year, we have conducted 92 expulsion hearings. In a typical school year, we'll conduct about 150, 120. So we have, like I said, seen a significant rise in the number of students that are being recommended for expulsion. Of that number, in a typical year, we have usually about 15 of those students who are recommended for expulsion for drug-related offenses. This year, we're already at 26. And many of those are a result of students vaping THC products. We recognize that would be a challenge for us this year. Early on, we made a video and prepared that and had all our middle and high school students view that video at the beginning of the school year. Cook and I presented the video with the help of Mr. Henry, but I think it fell on too many deaf ears. We still seeing an uptick in the number of kids being expelled for that reason. So this week, today actually, shot another video with the sheriff's office to address the parents, to reach out to the parents for their support, and also provide them resources. We met with a group of high school student council members Last week, Mr. Gibbery and I discussed their concerns and heard them and what they thought would be a good approach to combat these issues that we're seeing, not only in our schools, but throughout the country. So hopefully, with this video soon to go out, we'll see that those numbers start to decrease. We also are going to install a device that I'm sure many of you have heard called halos. And it looks like a smoke detector. We'll install those in all of our high schools, and they'll be able to detect vaping. Calcasieu Parish has installed those in their schools, and it made a significant impact in the number of students, reduced the number of students that get expelled for that reason. It sends a signal to designated staff members, and it's connected to the surveillance cameras. The staff members can tell what bathroom that's coming from, and so they're able to connect the video footage, vaping sensor, and begin to send a message to students that they need to stop vaping in school. They need to stop vaping, period, for specific schools. So we hope that if anything, it deters most of the kids. They may find other places to vape, of course, but we hope it's a deterrent more than anything else. So that's what we've been busy with in child welfare.
Board comment.
I just want to recognize the 3 new board members in the audience tonight. It's nice to have you guys here. Ms. Buffy Sharpentry, Ms. Jamie Marlborough, Mr. Myron Wright. Thank you for coming to the committee meetings. We appreciate it.
Okay, so on the D item, any board comment? Any board comment? If not, public comment, please state your name and address.
Something I was really heartbroken about last month, and I'm glad that y'all are really reaching out to the parents to educate us, because there's a lot out there right now that we don't know until our kids get into trouble. And it's not hitting kids that are behavior issue kids or kids that tend to find trouble. It's hitting every kid. And what you guys are doing, I'm sorry, but y'all, thank y'all so much.
Thank you very much. Okay, any further comments? Any further business important before this committee?